Okay, thank you everyone for joining our meeting. Now we're gonna begin our task. At the beginning, we share our general topic, general questions. And today we have primary school, and second is environmental protection. Yeah, environmental protection. That's pretty so far from me. Okay, I have to make it more close. So let's begin with someone else first. So we have Kakuli, we have Zakia, we have Shioma, we have Train, we have Danny as well, and I also. So let's begin with Shioma. Hi, Shioma.
Hi, Maidi.
Yes, thank you very much, Shioma. As we know, Zemina already left, so we begin with you. So let's begin with primary school question. So I have three things about this side. So my first question for you: how did you go to your primary school?
Okay. My primary school I had my primary school in the north, and growing up, we used to go to school either by my father driving us or we walk to our school because it's just about 5 minutes walk. So on days where he can afford to take us or where we got up early and prepare for school on time, he used to drop us on his way to work. Other times we walk by ourselves.
Thank you. So next question again for you. I'm sorry. What did you do in your leisure time in your primary school?
Sorry.
What did you do in your leisure time in your primary school?
Okay. During primary school, mostly during our break, we tend to get together, some group of people. We are either drawing something or the usual play with young adults or young kids used to play in school. Sometimes we play volleyball or we join female football. It depends on what the day brings about.
Okay. So next question again for you. What did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
When I was in primary school, I love copying notes on the board. Mostly during our in our school, my teacher tends to pick a class monitor that can help her with the class activities. So from my primary 2 to primary 6, I was usually the class monitor, and most of the notes were being handed to me, and I enjoy copying notes for my fellow classmates on the board.
Oh, well, so let's begin with environmental protection. Next question again for you. Would you like to work? Would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
Actually, I think yes, of course. I think I do. I will want to be in a position to do something that will help protect our environment. Like, as we all know, global warming and co are actually affecting us. So if I have the opportunity to work in a company that has to do with protecting the earth, I will enjoy it.
Oh, well, okay, thank you very much. So next question again for you. How can we protect the environment?
There are many ways to protect the environment. From the big companies and I think the idea of not using fossil fuels, we are getting another means for our energy, something like the sunlight. It will go a long way in helping us protect our environment. And another way we can protect the environment is manufacturing things that can easily biodegradable, something like a cotton bag, unlike the plastics that we produce. And another way, even if we produce the plastic, at least we should be able to we should be able to dump it in an ideal way instead of leaving them in the ocean and place that they're not meant to be.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, so next question again for you. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
Well, personally, yes, I would say I have, because I hardly discard my refuse anywhere I feel like, or where it's not supposed to be. I make sure I dump my refuse in the trash can when they're supposed to be. And in most cases, I try to use paper bag to carry my groceries instead of the plastics. So I think I do a little bit by in protecting our environment.
Last question for you. Is there education about environment protection at the school in your country?
Yes, there is. There are some environmental protection, like social studies, where we teach how to protect the environment, what to do, what is good for environment, and how to avoid global warming mainly.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, thank you very much, Yoma, for sharing your answer with everyone. Now it's you, then you can choose someone else with your all the questions.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Shoma. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. I'll be asking you your 8 questions today, and I will start with environmental protection.
Okay.
How can we protect the environment?
It's a good question. I mean, we can protect the environment in so many various ways. For example, you can do the recycling, and also you can like pick up the trash on the road as well. So there are plenty of ways to do it. But firstly, you have the heart. You have to got the heart to do it.
Okay. Would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
Okay. I mean, because I'm still a student, so I am not concerning so far about my future work. But if I can, maybe yes. But because I'm majoring in like information management, so maybe in the future I'm going to be an engineer, which is not so related to the environment. But maybe I'll try my best to like make my job connect to the environment issue more often.
Okay. Is there education about environmental protection at school?
Well, in Taiwan, not really, because we are all tied up with our mathematics or science and technology and some social courses. So I have to be honest with you, there were not so many courses talking about environments in Taiwan, but there are some promotions like the student and like the school teachers, they can promote the environmental protection for the students.
All right. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
Mhm. um, it's my concern that maybe not, because I mean, yes, I do recycle every day, and I do pick up the trash on the road when I see it, but I don't think I do enough for the environment because like I'm not quite concentrated about this issue.
All right. So moving over to primary school,
Okay.
what did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
When I was in my elementary school period, I like to play with my friends instead of study because I don't think students in primary school they like to study at all. And when I was in my first grade, I played a lot and I like often trick and like gave some trick to the teachers because I didn't like the teachers. Yeah, so like something like that.
Okay. How do you like your primary school?
Since it has been so far from now, but every time I go back home, I will visit my elementary school, maybe just walk around or just look at the appearance if it changes or not. So I really like the environment because it is in the countryside and there is not so many vehicles around it, and the air is fresh and the environment is also beautiful there.
All right. How did you go to your primary school?
Sorry.
How did you go to your primary school?
Okay. Oh, when I was little, my grandma she rode scooter and she gave me a ride on her scooter as well. So I would say in my elementary school period, I went to school every day by my grandmother's scooter.
All right. So your last question,
Hmm.
how do you like what did you do in your leisure time in primary school?
Wow, it's so far from now that I can remember. But if I try to look back, I will say after school I visit the ice cream shop with my friend every every twice a week, I think, because we loved to hang out in the ice cream shop and talk about with each other. So yeah, that is the routine that we did every twice day a week after school.
All right. Thank you. That is all from me. Thank you for
Yeah, thank you,
answering.
Shoma. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shioma, for asking your question to Danny. Thank you very much, Danny, for sharing your answer. Danny, it's your turn. You can choose someone else with your questions.
Okay. Hi, Jakia. You're
Okay.
there?
Hello, Danny.
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, fine. What about
Mm-hmm.
you?
Yeah, I'm good. So let's begin. Today we're going to start with primary school first. We're going to talk about it. So,
Okay.
how do you like your primary school?
Okay, I really liked my primary school. I spent my golden period of life there and I made a number of friends. I learned many lessons from my school teachers. There was a playground where I enjoyed and played a lot of activities.
Mm, good. Okay, next question. What did you do in your leisure time in primary school? Hello?
Okay. I did a lot of fun. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I did a lot of fun with my friends when I was in primary school. That I had a keen interest in drawing and I always got a good score in subject.
Mm, okay, great. So next, how did you go to your primary school?
Sorry, could you
Okay.
please repeat the questions?
How did you go to your primary school?
Uh, okay.
Jakia?
Sorry. Okay, I'm facing some internet issues. Okay, most of the time I used to go to school by school bus. Sometimes another member of my family took me to the school also.
Hmm. Cool. Right. So, last question of the primary school section. What did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Sorry.
What did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Okay. And my free time, what did I do? You mean?
Sorry,
You mean
is my internet connection
what did
poor or
I
something?
do?
Yeah. What did you
Yeah.
do in your
Okay.
primary
Okay.
school the most?
Okay, in my free time, I did gossip with my friends and enjoyed various kind of activities. Sometimes I played with friends and sometimes I completed my homework.
Hmm. Okay, so let's now move on to the environmental protection. So, would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
Okay. Not really, but I'm concerned about it. If I got the opportunity, then I would like to work to protect the environment, and I would like to work in Tesla Motors. It is an energy giant. It is one of the top green in the world. It is also famous for designing, manufacturing solar panels and storage batteries.
Okay. So next, how can we protect the environment?
Okay, there are various ways through which we can save our environment, such as reduce, reuse, and recycle, use cycle to cover short distance rather than drive car or motorbike, to, buy less plastic and bring a reusable shopping bag, and so on.
Hmm. Okay, so the last question. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
Uh, Not really. I have started small changes in my village and at home by planting trees. And also, I usually don't throw my garbage on any public roads or places. But I can say I have done enough to protect the environment. Um, I'm planning to motivating my friends and classmates.
Okay, so yeah, that's for all the conversation. Thank you. I mean,
Okay, thank you, Danny.
Thank you very much, Danny, for asking your question to Jakia. Thank you very much, Jakia, for sharing your answer. Now it's your turn. You can
Yeah.
select someone else with your own questions.
Uh, okay.
Here is Kakuli, here is Terrain, and here is me. You can select anyone with your own
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. I want to ask Kakuli. Hello,
Yes,
Kakuli.
go on. Go on, please.
Hi Jatia,
Hello, how are you, Kakuli?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Now I'm asking you about primary school. One of my question is, what did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Well, during my primary school, I used to do lots of fun with my friends, and whenever I get time, I just love to do painting in that time.
Okay. How did you go to your primary school?
My primary school is was too far from my home, so I usually went there by using our own private car, and sometimes I also took used some local vehicle also to reach
Mhm.
my primary school.
Okay. How do you like your primary school?
Well, the important thing I realized after completing my school that I made my best friend from primary school. So that's why I like those moments, and I will always remember that moment in rest of my life.
Okay. What did you do in your leisure time in primary school?
Well, as I mentioned before, that I used to do a lots of fun in my primary school. So during my leisure time, whenever I get time, I just start to gossip with my friends what I did last night. Those things I just explain with her, and she also explained what she did last day. That thing she also explained to me. So we just gossip with each other in the leisure time.
Okay. Another section for you is environmental protection. So, would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
Yes, of course. If I had a chance to, if I have a chance to work with the company, so
Hmm.
with this type of company, those who are working for environmental protection, so definitely I will love to join them because I want to do something for my country and for the society also.
Okay. How can we protect the environment?
Uh, to be honest, there is not one way. There are several ways to protect our environment, but I think the most important thing, the environment are being polluted by for the air pollution. So we should reduce using private vehicle, and we should encourage ourselves and other people also to use public transport to cover the short distance. So I think it is the most important thing right now.
Mhm. Okay. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
Well, whenever I get chance, I just try to do those kind of thing that could reduce the environment pollution. But I think if that is not enough, so if I get chance in future, so definitely I will try to protect the environment.
Okay. Is there education about environmental protection at school?
Uh, I don't think so. There is any subject about that in my country, but most of the teacher try to mm, try to explain to their students about the environmental pollution and how can we protect the environment. Like from the school, teacher used to told everyone that whenever we saw any garbage, we shouldn't throw that in any open space. We should throw that garbage in a bin. So like this way teacher generally teacher try to explain and try to create awareness among the students, but there is not any particular subject to learn more about environment pollution protection.
Yeah. Okay. That's all of me.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much again for asking your question to
Yeah.
Kakuli. Thank you very much, Kakuli, for sharing your answer. And now okay, Kakuli, it's your turn now. Okay, thank you very much, Zell, for joining our meeting. But we have a request. They already request to us. She would listen us. She would listen to us. He would never speak to them. She is having issue with a mobile phone, so we shouldn't ask her again. Thank you very much, Kakuli. Now it's your turn. You can begin with someone else. Have his
Hi,
train and maintenance. Yeah, go ahead.
hi, Trent.
Yes, hi. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let's start with environmental
Okay.
protection. Okay.
Mhm.
Would you
Yes.
like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
Okay, what an intriguing question. I've never thinking about this, but if I have a chance, yes, I would. I would say that because like company for environmental protection, that would be the great choice for me to if I want to like protect our environment because as you can see that nowadays, every kind of pollution is that race like air pollution to soil pollution, like everything, and also deforestation. So as I'm working as an English teacher or like just in the education field, I would say that I would like do everything that I can to protect the environment. So that would be the good choice.
Okay. How can we protect the environment?
Okay, this is the okay. How can we protect the environment? Well, I would say that I would name so many ways to protect the environment, like from the very single thing, very simple thing to the complicated things. So if we're a single person, we can do the small thing like throw trash into the rubber bin, or like don't waste don't waste the don't waste uh, the plastic bag, or try to save the water, or like very simple things like if you can use less plastic thing. So yeah, that would be good. But if you work as the government or someone bigger, you can think big and you can do more. For example, you could like enact some kind of evolution and things that makes people makes people change their mind.
Okay. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
I would have said that I did not, because it's really difficult to say that if we do enough or not, because as long as there's still pollution, there's still deforestation, there's still rubbish and trash everywhere. So that time, no one have done enough.
Okay. Is there education of environmental protection at a school?
This subject is not really viral, is not really famous and popular in my country, but I would say that in primary school there is a subject that close to the environmental protection, and they teach children how to use in the safe and good way, and then the children from since they were a child, since they were very little, and things goes into their mind. They know that how to protect the environment. They know how to be good and be friendly to the environment.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you about primary school. What
Yes.
did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
When I worked in primary school, it's been a long time, so I don't think that I can remember clearly. But I would say some activity that I like the most, like playing hide and seek. This is very popular game in Vietnamese. It's in Vietnam, and especially for Vietnamese people here. This is a very simple thing, but like it stick to my childhood, and I usually take a walk down my memories land and remember about the time that we had fun together.
Okay. How did you go to your primary school?
Yes. When I was a child, my family was a nuclear family, so my father usually took me to school, and he usually also bought me things like candy and stuff, and then I can bring to the classroom.
Okay. How do you like your primary school?
How do I like my primary school? Um, I think I do like it, but not really, because in primary school I think I have the same problem with one of you. Like there are some teachers that I don't really like, so I did play trick on them. But I do like the school. I do like the environment. I do like the friends, and usually if I have the chance, I will always visit my old primary school. And now, actually, my younger brother, he is in my premier primary school. So oh, every time that I pick him up from school, I always have the chance to look back the memories.
Okay. What did you do in your leisure time in primary school?
In my leisure time in primary school, I usually watch TV or playing with my friends. Yes, friends, friends from your childhood time, they're always the best. Like they don't do some things like when you adult. Like there's something really different, and I can't say for sure, but I like them. I like the boys and the girls when I was a child, and I usually play with them when I have free time.
Okay, thank you, Trent.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kakali, for asking your question to Train, and thank you very much, Train, for sharing your answer. Train, now it's you to someone else with your all the questions. Now I'm gonna play a role like an examiner, and you can check out all the questions in our chat box. We have here Mao and me. You can choose anyone. You can select anyone.
Okay, so I think I would ask you. Okay, I would choose
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yes. Um. So sorry. How can I say your name, please?
My name is Mahedi. You can call me Mahedi.
Okay, Mahide. I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you some questions, and first I'm gonna ask you about primary school. Okay, are you
Mm-hmm.
ready?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm ready.
Yeah, okay. Your first question is, what did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Israel, I would definitely say when I was kid, everyone I believe during their childhood they were in the primary school. I was used to have a few game played with my childhood friend rather than focusing my study because I was kid. I didn't have those types of interest about the study area, so I was annoying my family. I could believe right now. Yeah, that was my passion. I believe.
Okay, so how did you go to your primary school?
Oh, there was interesting kind of interesting story because when I was child during the moment I was trying to ride a motorcycle, like motorbike. So I was trying to ride, and during that moment when I arrived anywhere, I was used to my motorbike, and that was my one vehicle.
Okay, how do you like your primary school?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Okay, how do you like your primary school?
Oh, that was great because that was the moment I could play with my childhood friend, and I could enjoy my time rather than recent time. So that was the time I could say definitely those were the day.
Okay, what do you do in your leisure time in primary school?
It's quite difficult to recall again because I was 7 years old, mine, and I would say I didn't study during this time because I had a few syllabus I didn't complete and I forgot a lot of things. But I didn't forget playing game with my friend. So that was my activity. I would definitely say.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you about environmental protection. The first question is: would you like to work in a company related to the environmental protection?
I think yeah, sounds really interesting. I would definitely work. But I don't know. I'm much capable to protect the environment or not because I'm those kind of person who really make noise or something else. Because I have a motorbike which is different silencer, and when I just try to use the class high, then it's make a lot of noise. So I don't know. I would be the classified person about the environmental protection area or not. I don't have any idea, but definitely I will work there.
Okay, how can we protect the environment?
Nowadays we have different types of plants to protect the environment as well, but I believe as people are making a lot of things about the pollution, if we abandon to make any pollution in our universe, then might it would help to develop the environment. It's not really I could say air pollution or like any other things, because we are creating pollution and it's
Oh,
hampering our environment.
hmm. Okay, then how do you think? Do you think you have the environment?
To be honest, I would never say I did a lot of things to protect the environment, because what are you gonna do? That would be very much tiny to protect the environment. Might I have to do a lot of things. Um, and yes, I was volunteering with few organization to protect the environment and try to suggest with all the people like how we could solve this and how we could protect our society and our environment, our natural area like and natural places. So, but I believe people they are not conscious about the environment. We should learn a lot of things and we should share with them. Might that could help them, and I'm trying to learn.
Okay, your last question is there education about environmental protection at school?
When I was kid, I didn't learn, but nowadays I believe they have, because I have a younger brother. Always he said, "Bro, you shouldn't do a lot of things. You shouldn't make the noise. You shouldn't use any polythene and throw to any other places." Yeah, might they have few ideas, and I believe that could work. Might in future generation they will learn a lot of things.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Train, for asking your
Yeah.
question to me, and now I have this chance to ask my questions to other person. Okay, here is Mao. Hi, Mao.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So I would ask you a few questions from our general section. It's about primary school and environmental protection. So let's begin with primary school. What did you do? What did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Well, when I was in primary school, what I like to do the most is my the time I spent with my friends, my classmates, and my teachers. So my primary school was really fun because we had a lot of activities at school, and also I really like the behavior of the people around me. Actually, until now, I'm still keeping in touch with them because they're really good people.
Okay, so next question again for you. How did you go to your primary school?
When I was in primary school, as far as I can remember, my dad usually drove me to school and then fetched me after school. So it's usually I go to school at 7 in the morning, and I always end it at 4 p.m.
Hmm. Okay. So next question again for you. How do you like your primary school?
Well, I like my primary school mainly because of the people I get to know when I was in primary school, and also the teachers that I encountered during my primary school was they taught me a lot about things about studies about the lectures or personal things and stuff. So they are really they I really learned a lot of things from them.
Okay, so next question again for you. What did you do in your leisure time in your primary school?
Well, during my leisure time when I was in primary school, I usually go out with my friends or with my family. We could either be going to a beach or on a field trip somewhere else, and especially during the summer, it some the summer here in the Philippines is the usually there is no school during the summer. So me and my friends usually go on a trip or spend vacation somewhere else, or it could be either for a week or for a month. It depends.
Okay, so let's begin with environmental protection. Would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
And to be honest, I don't think so. I do not see myself working in a different job. Although I am working in a hospital, but and we it is also part of our job here to protect the environment. But I don't really see myself working in a certain company. But of course, I'm willing to participate in any activities that could help protect our environment.
Okay, thank you. So next question again for you. How we could how can we protect the environment?
Well, I believe we could protect the environment by following certain protocols related to it, just like segregating our garbage, or not throwing our garbage anywhere, and be responsible enough to to take care of our own garbage or to dispose our garbage and
Okay,
not
thank you very much.
contribute
Okay, okay, go on, go on. I'm sorry.
and and not contribute or participate to any things that could damage the environment. That's all.
Okay. Do you think you have done enough to protect the environment?
I would like to say, I would like to think so, because I follow certain protocols and I'm also responsible in on my on throwing my garbage, and I also participate in certain activities like tree planting, or going there's a or going on a beach and participate in the movement that you gather all the garbages on a beach or around the seashores, and then throw it in a proper trash bins.
Is there education about environmental protection at school?
Well, I believe so. When I was in college, I think I have this class related to environmental protection. It is usually taken on Saturday weekends, on the weekends. So yes, there every weekends we go somewhere else, or some place that we could do the tree planting program and help educate people on how to protect the environment.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. But we are speaking about school, not college. Thank you very much for sharing your
Okay.
evidence. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing your evidence with
Yeah.
everyone. With this answer of the question, we have done our general area. Now we are moving forward with our cue cards. And thank you very much, guys, for participating here. Now I'm gonna share all the questions in our channel.